We're doing continuing questions of the gubernatorial candidates on education. My name is Tim Duffy, and I'm the Executive Director of the Rhode Island Association of School Committees. Our videographer today is Timothy S. Duffy, and today we're interviewing Todd Giroux. And what we're going to do is just start off, if Mr. Giroux, if you wanted to make any opening statements or comments before we get into the questions, you feel free to do so.
Sure. I'd certainly like to thank the Rhode Island Association of School Committees for the interview this morning. You know, as the smallest candidate in the race, I certainly appreciate every opportunity to communicate with the state and the good people here in Rhode Island who are making the differences every day in the lives of our future generation.
Okay, let's get right into the questions. First one is, do you support binding arbitration for teacher contracts?
I do. I do support binding arbitration for the majority of school conflicts. Contracts extension or continuation, in my view, is not the solution or baseline to an evolving education system with new mandates and standards for future achievement. There must be a new vision to standards with the ability to revise programming with each new school year and contract award. Yes, I do support binding arbitration, though every year we need a new vision and need the will to support that.
Okay, and I take from that you do not support contract continuation.
We, you know, as a broad statement, yes, we do need the baseline. We do have an existing system to support. I want to just be clear that we always need to look down the road for the new mandates that come along, and so we need to have the flexibility to revise. So, you know, on one hand, I want to be clear that we have to work with the system we have, and two, we have to be strong to all be able to look down the road and set new standards.
Okay. In 2012, the state will lose $240 million in federal ARA funding. At the same time, the newly enacted state aid education formula will be in place for the 2012 fiscal year. The formula promises a 2.5% increase in the state share of education costs. Given the $240 million shortfall, do you feel that you'd be able to honor that commitment to increase education funding?
Yes, if I'm elected, I will firmly support public education. It continues to be the foundation of all personal and community success for the life cycle of individual, the growth of industry, and community.
Okay. Next month, Rhode Island's 11th grade students will be taking their NECAP assessments, primarily in math and English. The results of those tests will account for up to 50% of their graduation requirements in 2012. Past performance on the test indicates that thousands of students may not achieve a passing grade and could be at risk of not graduating. How do you plan on addressing this issue?
The ongoing communication with students from the beginning of the school year and between school years must focus on the internalized awareness of their potential success due to their action or inaction, and or their failure due to their own action or inaction. I really do believe it's an internalized process of maturation. I understand this. I do have a psychology degree as part of my background, as well as being a brick and mortar guy who understands construction and all these things. But, you know, it's the awareness of personal progress in their own maturation process, the motivational encouragement that educators and systems are always vigilant to ensure the success of the individual. This will tie the daily experience to their future desires and lifestyle of the individual. In short, intensive motivational lectures during free periods and segments during school events. I believe that those are the moments that educators and students can, you know, use those moments to encourage, motivate, internalize, and, you know, so they know where they are in their progress.
Okay. Do you support mayoral control of schools?
The mayors of towns are responsible, in my view, to facilities, budget, and contracts, while the action plan towards education mandates fall within the education commissioner. That's, to me, the proper flow chart of responsibility. before and upon any attempts towards regionalization.
Would you repeal the Carullo Act?
I do. I think the repeal of the act would be important. I don't believe every town is best equipped to lawyer up against union controversy of budget. The move towards a statewide funding formula and consolidations will free monies and achieve greater value and stability for all parties.